Welcome back to MTG Foretold. Today we're going to be looking at Doom Foretold in a 4-color shell, so every color except blue. And this is built really around Vaevictis Asmati the Dire. So I was trying to find a card that has similar style to Doom Foretold, and I discovered this card and I thought it was pretty interesting. So I want to see what we could do with it. We'll dive more into the deck at the end of the video, but just kind of want to give you an idea of what we're going to be doing. Essentially, we have Grafdigger's Cage, because this will make sure that if our opponent has creatures and we use Vaevictis to attack, they're not going to get that top deck put onto the battlefield because it's a creature, since it can't enter from the library. So, a couple of things like that. And just your usual, things that you'd expect to see in a Doom Foretold deck. Things to sacrifice, sacrifice the 2, and all that fun stuff. So let's dive in and see what we can do. Okay, so this is an interesting hand, really slow, but we do go first, and we do have a way to play Fable of the Mirror Breaker, so you know what, let's see what we can do. We have Vaevictis in hand, which is really cool. And looks like we're going to be going against some sort of equipment deck, which is not good. Yeah, so, I think we just tap this for black. I have a feeling we're going to be casting Demonic Pact pretty quickly. I know we don't have, well, we have Vaevictis to at least destroy it if it comes in time. I assume it's Boros equipment, probably going to be dropping Cloud or something like that next turn. Or this turn, I should say, for them. Or Starforge Mystic, whatever that card name is. I think I'm messed up the name, but we'll see. Alright, cool. So they may have a way to destroy the creature if they have like a burn spell, but yeah, definitely Boros as I thought. A little slow considering they're an equipment deck. Usually these decks drop things right away, like the Outfitter and all that fun stuff. We might want to even cycle some of these cards out. Let's see what they drop this turn. Hoping they drop a creature that we can at least destroy. Ooh. Okay. This makes it tough because let's just see what we can do. Okay, that's actually not bad at all. And I think we just yeah. I don't want to take any damage right now, so we're just gonna cast that and then we'll just drop this tapped, see what the opponent does. At least we'll start ramping with the Binding of the Old Gods, and we do have another one in hand, so we have a couple ways to kill if they do another Screaming Nemesis, but okay. Alrighty, so let's just go in again. We essentially just want to ramp as quickly as possible to get Vaevictis on board, which it looks like we're going to be able to do it next turn. And then they're going to have to answer a 6/6 dragon.
I walk a righteous path.
That's annoying.
I believe in
Is he going to attack, though? He should. I mean, I'm not going to block. I'm not... Okay. That's fine. Okay, so we're in a bit of an interesting situation. Okay, so he can't do anything yet next turn, so we're just gonna get Vaevictis down now. And we could technically get Oath of Kaya down. think it really matters if I attack him, does it? But he's kind of annoying. But we should be able to just destroy him with Vaevictis unless he has a way to answer Vaevictis. I mean, it's a 6/6. He has a couple lightning helixes or something, I'm not sure. And you know what? Just in case, I'm feeling a little cautious. I kind of want to just do some damage to Gideon. Just like, actually, you know what? No, we'll just go face. He'll have to somehow survive this. And we're still at 20 life, which is pretty good. But, you know, anything can happen. Oh. Okay.
Share in my light.
Oh, does he have multiple Clarions? That's actually really bad for us. Oh, okay. That's fine. No attacks. Could have a... I'm trying to think, maybe there isn't a... Okay, cool. I was a little worried that we may have potentially lost Vaevictis, which we don't want. Okay, so we go face. We're going to destroy that and then destroy a Gideon. And let's see what we get off the top of our deck. Oh, okay. Well, that's funny. Okay, and he does have a lightning helix, so not surprised that he had a lightning helix. If he had it in hand, yeah, Vaevictis would have been dead. We can still lose, though, if he has a way to kill Vaevictis right now. Let's see. Nope, just another Gideon. That's fine.
Gods bless us in our righteous cause.
We are not blocking. Okay. Oh, actually, yeah, he's just dead. Oh, man. I wish I could have shown the full potential of this. This is actually beautiful. Okay, well, he's not dead just yet, but he basically is. Alright, so we're just going to destroy, honestly. We have so many lands, we don't need all this. Let's just destroy Gideon again. And here we go, Grafdigger's Cage. This is exactly the combination I wanted to show. He could have gotten Screaming Nemesis for free, but because of Grafdiggers, it would not allow him to enter. And now he has to sacrifice that, and that's all he has is Screaming Nemesis, so... Yep. This is GG. And just for funsies, we're gonna see what our opponent would have gotten. Temporal Triumph. And we would have gotten Treasure's Blessing, which would have refilled our hand, and then we could have sacked Treasure's Blessing and Vaevictis. Okay, this is like literally the perfect game to showcase what the combination can do. It's actually a really fun combination. Not the easiest to pull off because you do need a lot of lands, and we don't really have any ramp except, of course, you know, the typical ramp options. But yeah, that was a perfect game to showcase it. Okay, so this is a bit of an interesting hand. Not crazy about it, but if they're a graveyard deck, it's pretty good. Doesn't look like they're a graveyard deck, does it? That's fine. If that's the case, then we can just sack Grafdigger's Cage to Disturbing Mirth. Get some card draw that way. Oh! Wait. Never mind. I don't think Necromancy will work with Grafdiggers, but I just figured I'd do that anyway. They can discard as much as they want. At this point, we're gonna get Fable and the Mirror Breaker up. Yep. Can't enter the battlefield. Okay, so this is a pretty decent hand. We got a play for every turn at least, and depending on what we need, we can either do Treacherous Blessing or Fable of the Mirror Breaker on turn 3. Now, if it's a graveyard deck, we lose, but that's just the way it goes, and it's probably a graveyard deck. Unfortunately, at this point, I just have to assume that anytime someone mulligans, that they are a graveyard deck. And what did I say? But that was Emperor of Bones, so okay. Yeah, that's fine. You probably want me to use Memento Breaker so you can get something in the graveyard. Oh, okay. Huh, interesting. Okay. That's fine. Oh, huh? Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. What is this deck? I'm probably going to regret doing this, because he probably is going to put something crazy in his graveyard. But we'll see what happens. Maybe he's a Phoenix deck? No. The Source Secundi. Okay. I'm quite confused as to what this deck is. Okay. Yeah, alright. He doesn't really have any lands. I'm not sure. I guess he's just going to use Dreadhorde Arcanist to get something back, right? Equal to his power, so he can get this back and use Emperor Bones? Oh, no, he's just going to use Emperor Bones right now. Okay. Sure. I guess you can Thoughtseize my Thoughtseize away if you want. Or actually, you're probably going to get rid of Doom Foretold, I assume. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Yeah. You know, this is kind of a rough time we were having. Oof, that's horrible draw. Well, not looking too hot right now. We're gonna have to scry with Hopeless Nightmare and hope that we can find something. Yeah, I think we just lose, yep. Yep, and as we all know, it's graveyard deck. Graveyard decks are what wins games in this format. Well, we got Thoughtseize. If they are a graveyard deck, we can at least stop, hopefully, a little bit, but Damnation's useless against graveyard decks, for the most part. Let's just see what happens. I don't like having 4 lands in a hand, that's kind of rough, but... Oh, okay. Maybe it's not a graveyard deck, then. Yes, it is. Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know, what can you even do? We can get rid of Persist, but they have Emperor of Bones, so they're just gonna... Yep, Faithful Mending. When I thought it wasn't a graveyard deck, it's a graveyard deck. Yep. I think Emperor of Bones kind of actually is a good counter to Grafdiggers because, well, it says can't enter. I'm not sure that's considered entering, though. The only chance we have, I think, at this point is... trying to beseech into Grafdiggers, if we're not dead already. We might be dead already. He's got to have something by now. I mean, he's done quite a bit of digging. Unless he has really bad luck. Yeah, he already got some. Yep. Yep. So, this is an interesting one. Memento Breaker is useless. I think Damnation's useless too. I was really hoping for... actually, wait a minute. Wait just a minute here. Okay, okay, okay. We might have something here, maybe. This is literally the only option I have. I have no choice. Alrighty, you gotta beat them at their own game. Now we just have to deal with this Ashen Rider. It's gonna be smacking us. Oh, look at that. Well, that's convenient. Okay, so we definitely need to get Treacherous Blessing down. Yeah, we definitely need that. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to shock in. As long as we don't die by next turn. And then we're gonna just get Doom Foretold down, I guess. There's really nothing else to it. He is completely locked right now, so yeah. This is fine. And then we're not gonna die from this next hit. We just make him discard into a deck he cannot get anything out of. Yeah, that's fine. Well, you're not gonna be able to... Okay. So he's gonna mill me now. He's gonna just try to mill me to death. Okay. That's fine. Oh, man. I wish we could go for Vaevictis, but I don't know if that's really the play. I think we just do Doom Foretold. We want to make this guy suffer as much as possible for playing a graveyard deck. I wish I could showcase this deck more than just, like, oh, just keep, like having graveyard hate in your deck. That's pretty much the moral of any story anytime you play Historic now. It's just, you just have to always have graveyard hate. It's no other option. Because it's just so prevalent. It's really unfortunate. This is basically just the state of the game, though. And we are getting a lot of lands, which is not good, actually. He can actually, if he top decks something, he can actually, like, at this point, probably play something. That's ridiculous. Like, if he plays an Arden, we're actually kind of screwed. I think we're gonna have to actually remove Binding of the Old Gods. Like, discard both of them. Actually, even if he has Arden, he can't even use it. That's true. What am I talking about? Yep. Wow, we are getting so land flooded, it's insane. If this wasn't a graveyard deck, we'd already be pretty much dead. Like, look at this. We have what? 10 lands, and we've discarded how many? Well, I'm going to discard one, but still. Now that's the question. Can he actually... So he can. Yep, so he's a good counter to Graph Diggers, actually, which is really weird. Kind of annoying. Wow. Horrible. Actually horrible. Alright, so as you see, you're just going to be losing constantly to graveyard decks. That's pretty much just the way Historic is, unfortunately. If this is a graveyard deck, we already... Oh, wait, it's Lurrus, so it's probably an enchantment deck. I'm kind of salty about last game, so I'm not even really paying attention that well. That's a great top deck for us. So we'll just make him get rid of that raptor. And now, to keep the pace up, we definitely need another land. We need the top deck of land. Hopefully less lands than last game. That was brutal. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. He can't cast anything from his graveyard just yet, so... if he does, in fact, do that, okay. Yeah, that's fine. We are not getting rid of anything because, yeah, we have to... Actually, we don't even need to do that yet. We can just hard cast Doom Foretold in, pass the turn. Okay, there we go. Well, that makes up for the last couple of horrible games. Okay, we have a turn 2 and a turn 3 play, but yeah, I don't like seeing Vaevictis in our opening hand, really. Well, let's just hope they're not a graveyard deck, because if they are, we'll lose. Okay, Lana Werewolf, of course. Or Elvish Mystic, close enough, right? So, I think we just tap this down for red. Probably gonna cast Priest of Titania or something like that. Oh, okay, it's that kind of deck. Interesting. Well, it doesn't really matter. We might as well just get rid of Elvish Mystic anyway. And then... yeah, we get down the other Concealed Courtyard. I kind of need to get down Starting Town, because we're probably going to have to Beseech the Mirror. Well, maybe not. I would like to get down Doom Foretold as soon as possible, or we may have to do a board wipe. Yeah, looking like a board wipe, potentially. Okay. That's fine. Okay, that's actually a pretty good draw. So we don't have to worry about using Starting Town to tap. We're going to get rid of that, just to give us some breathing room. I'm probably just going to do a board wipe. It's looking like a board wipe situation to me. I'm just hoping to cast more... of course. Yeah, Kiora was just going to happen, wasn't it? Do we really have a better play than Doom Foretold? Let's see what we get as a draw. Right now, we're getting way too many lands. Well... yeah, I think we should probably still do Beseech the Mirror here. I'm not a big fan, honestly, of Damnation right now, but I don't think I have much of a choice. I really don't want them having all this mana. We still have a lot of lands as well, and we don't have a way to play Vaevictis until not the following turn, but the turn after that. Not ideal.
One drop ripples and grows.
Yeah, just a ramp deck. Oof, that's rough. That is not the draw we wanted. Only bright side is if they decide to attack with Astral Titan the following turn, I don't mind blocking. But this is not the greatest situation. Probably gonna do Hopeless Nightmare, sack it and see what we can find. Yeah, he has a lot of lands. Let's see what we can find. Yeah, those are not the draws we really need right now. Oof, Ugin? That's rough. Okay, well... Kind of glad he might already have an Ugin in his hand, though, for all I know. Yeah, we are not too strong against these really heavy ramp decks like this. Also, we haven't really gotten many good cards either. It's just a bit rough. Like, we're pretty much dead next turn regardless, unless I get a top deck a board wipe. Well, I think we're still dead. But it gives us maybe another turn. He's just gonna cast probably Cavalier again or something. Or Astral Titan, yeah. Yeah, we're in a really bad spot. I think we're gonna need like maybe a Momentum Breaker top deck. That would be nice if they don't get another creature. But we still can only cast Vaevictis or Momentum Breaker, so it's not good either way. Yeah, they're gonna ramp really big.
Nature flows with vigor.
I'm thinking we can see it at this point. I think they're gonna cast something really big. Oof. Rough. Rough, rough, rough.
This is for our protection.
Let me guess. Gonna start hitting my lands now. Oh. Oh, that's nice. Good old Goth Pharaoh statue. Yeah, unfortunately, this is not the game. And then we have another one of these hands where it's like not good at all unless see Luris, so it's definitely a deck that's going to be fast-paced. Yeah, so we have to mulligan this. And we're really still not getting what we need. Like, I'm going to put back... It's crazy that we keep getting Vaevictis. We have 2 copies in our deck. It's so annoying when that happens. We don't really have many plays against the... Wait. Oh, okay. Well, I can appreciate that. It might be just like a Demir kind of mid-range deck. I don't know if they play anything from the graveyard, but they're probably going to be counterspelling me, I'm sure. Yep, I can already tell, yep. Oh, okay. I am still confused as to what we're playing against. I assume they're going to be putting a bunch of, like, enchantments on the changelings, and I don't have a way to... We can't block them, so... I can't even block the fairy, so... Interesting to see what happens here. Okay. Alright, combat trick, maybe sneak. Okay, here we go. It's a ninja deck. Alright. Kind of a cute deck. I can't complain too much about it. I don't think we get rid of anything, do we? Like, I kind of want to just dig with that. See what we can come up with. I mean, I probably won't have much to dig with, but yeah. Yeah, this is where we need a board wipe. If we top deck a board wipe, we're good, but otherwise I think we lose next turn. Yeah. Two, 4, 5, 6. I think what we do is this. We're just gonna cast Fable Mirror Breaker again. Yeah, at this point, it doesn't really matter. Does he have a way to destroy? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I think we just hold anyway. I mean, we can't attack, but yeah. Let's see what they do. Okay. Yeah, I can't block, so... Is this death, though? That's the question. Oh, yeah, I think we're dead. Well, this is a pretty decent hand. We at least have a couple plays we can do. Mm-hmm. And we definitely want to hit their hand early. Yeah, this is... That's just a card you need to get rid of. Board wipes are not the greatest against these kinds of decks because they're just ramp decks. And as we saw previously, ramp decks are definitely a weakness. I mean, there's definitely a weakness to this deck. Because we're kind of rampy, but not quite as hard as like Eldrazi and Mono Green are. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that really does anything for us, does it? Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, it is. Let's just cast it. Yeah, do not want to see Karn. He's never fun.
People lie. My machines don't.
You know, he's gonna probably hit my lands, as is Karn's thing, even though... Oh, okay, Forsaken Monument, that's fine. That's reasonable, I guess. Yeah, I really don't care about these cards. They're kind of useless in this matchup. Of course, I get it again. So we can get down. Actually, let's just attack Karn. I don't want him to be able to grab something else. Yeah, I think we actually cast Treachery. Because if we cast Demonic Pact, they can get rid of that. Well, they may get rid of a land, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I guess he's still got a bit to go before he can cast it. He'll probably cast Forsaken Monument, though, next turn. which actually works a bit in our favor, so we kind of do want to get this down, actually. Yeah, and I can't use my token because of Karn, so that's a thing. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we need him to discard his hand. Alright, we're gonna attack Karn, get rid of him. And then I think the play is... I think we put down Graph Digger so you can't cast World Ender at all. Or World Eater, whatever it's called. Or World Breaker, sorry. Whoops. Oh, actually... Actually, I think I didn't want to do this, but... I kind of misplayed that. Whoops. I just wanted to get rid of everything in his hand. I don't want him to... Yep. Okay, good thing I did that. Yep. Ugin is not a... Yeah. Yep. Did not want to deal with Ugin. Please tell me why the shuffler does this. Like, isn't this crazy? Oh, man. It's pretty tilting, not gonna lie. And then the shuffler's like, oh, maybe you just want nothing but lands. That's fine, too. Yeah, we don't need that, because it's just gonna come in tapped. Alright, let's see what we're working with. Probably another graveyard deck. Oh, okay. Oof, this is bad. I think we get rid of Goblin Bombardment. As much as I don't want this person to get Esper... Oh, man. Okay, you know, I can't deal with Esper Sentinel. Like, screw that card. It's a horrible card to deal with. I think we just wait for him to cast the Valet. Okay. And then we're just gonna make him forced to... Actually... Different play? I really don't want him having creatures. I think that's gonna be the death of me. And I know I'm not gonna get any life from this, because he's just gonna sack it, which is fine. I just think we have to get rid of all of his creatures. Yeah, that's fine. I'm sure he has more creatures, but... Oh, okay. Alright, so now we have a moment to breathe. Now we'll be able to dig a little bit. Let's see what we've got going on. Okay, nice cards. Oof, okay, I do have enough mana for that. I think we just honestly do this. I'm not really worried about getting Vaevictis down anytime soon. Yep. You're gonna shelter by ghosts, huh? I mean, that'd be fine if you want to do that. I think we just gotta Doom Foretold down. And he's gonna probably sack Goblin Bombardment, I assume. And then he's gonna cast Guided Souls onto... I mean, he's gonna cast Shelter by Ghosts onto Guided Souls, yeah. I'm sure that's what he's gonna do, and then I'm just gonna Beseech the Mirror. Yep. Man, I'm really starting to think if we need... Actually, you know what? I don't even care. I'm just gonna get rid of Shelter by Ghosts. And he's gonna have to sack Guided Souls anyway, and then we can get Disturbing Mirth trigger off of that. And we still have Beseech the Mirror. Okay. Yep. Of course. Well, we're not gonna be able to cast that, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Alright. Yep, cast everything you have because it doesn't really affect me at all. And then we cast this, sack Otakaya. I mean, I guess we could have done the other one too, it doesn't really matter. Yep. We're in a pretty good spot. If he gets a good... Oh my god. Am I really gonna do a board wipe for Esper Sentinel? I am, aren't I? Actually, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let's think about this. I think we just do binding. Yep, we'll pay that. That's fine. It doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna block with the knight. Actually, I'm not really too concerned right now. We can get Vaevictis down now, so that's more than fine. He's gonna have to answer a big 6/6 dragon. Let's see what he's got. Well, he does have creatures, so he actually may get a good draw from this. Ooh. I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna... Ooh. Let's see what we do here. Okay. I might be weird and actually stack this. Actually, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let's start over. Maybe I will just sack that and then sack that. Yep. Okay, this is a really slow hand. I really don't think we keep this. Jeez. This is horrible as well. Not even really sure what we get rid of. I hate getting rid of Doom Foretold, but I don't even have a way to play it right now, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Okay. That's actually not too bad, and it looks like it's going to be a tribal deck, so I'm glad I did not get rid of Damnation, but we definitely need to dig for more lands. Hopefully Disturbing Mirth helps us out. And at least we could sack Hopeless Nightmare to it so we can scry as well. We need to absolutely get as many lands as possible. Okay, that's good, that's good. Okay. So we just need one more land source and then we are golden. Okay, perfect. You know, I think we probably just honestly keep this. We can at least slow him down a little bit. Yep. But yeah, this is gonna be a very quick like, you gotta move really fast with these against these decks. I don't know if I should be taking the 1 damage here, but try to get rid of everything I can from his hand as best as I can. As long as he can't blast me for 16 this turn, I should say 4. As long as it's 13 or less, I'm okay. We shall see. Yeah, I think we're okay. Okay. It's so hard to tell, honestly, like, with all these kinds of crazy decks in Historic. It's actually pretty decent. So we'll probably, well, we'll see what he casts here. Yeah, okay, we're definitely getting rid of that. Actually, let's just Doom Foretold. I have no choice but to get rid of one of them at least. And we do have Momentum Breaker if we need to get 2 life. He's probably going to tap. Okay, no, I don't think he can tap. Just gotta slow this deck down as much as possible. Yep. Once you get to the top deck like this, you're getting pretty good. Yeah, that's fine. You have anything else? You good? Okay. And now we have him at a very slow pace. But they always still have a way. You know, I'm going to be just thought seizing. Yeah. No thanks. No siree. You know what? Let's crack this and see what we can find. Yep, that's nice. Alright, well, that's what it is. Lord, okay. Doesn't really matter then, I guess. Our hand is empty. And they have a crater hoof. If they find ways to get mana, then it could be scary, but I think we're okay. But we'll see what happens. Okay. Whew. Yeah, so we do pretty good against these elf decks. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know your thoughts on the deck. You know, we definitely struggled with faster decks. We can deal with tribal, typically, like elf at least. Goblin may be a little difficult because they tend to be a little bit faster. Our main issue is like dealing with haste creatures. You know, we lost against that ninja deck because we just don't really have many creatures to block. This is very... all we have is Vaevictis. You could probably argue about putting Vaevictis down to 1 copy because I just felt like I kept getting him all the time. It's really strange. We only have 2 copies yet. You know, I feel like maybe getting rid of him and maybe like adding another Disturbing Worth or like another Treasure's Blessing just to get some more card draw and like get the things that you need for whatever situation you're dealing with. I'll say like that for now, but you know, I do like Vaevictis a lot. I think it's a really fun card, especially, you know, I mean, he's a nice 6/6 blocker, definitely helpful when, you know, you don't really have creatures in the deck, so it pains me to even put it down to 1 copy, but like, I don't know, I just kept seeing that card so much, and it's like at the worst times, and like having 2 copies of Vaevictis is useless, typically useless, and if it's not useless, then you're probably winning already, because this deck is really mid-range. You need to be closing out the game fairly soon. Like you just need to. You can't be like going control-wise and just like extending the game out forever. Actually, you may even want to like do another demonic pact as actually another option. I don't see many chances that you would run into a situation where you lose to demonic pact unless you just cannot find all these ways to destroy it yourself. Like literally, we have like multiple cards to potentially destroy a demonic pact before it kills you. I really do like Vaevictis. I think it's a fun card, especially in combination with Doom Foretold. I think this deck can be probably optimized a little bit more. I did fix the lands in the last video I didn't mention, but yeah, like I just felt like I kept getting too much green. So I did add like another red source, and also I got rid of the 1 plains land that we had here, and I think added another red source somewhere. I think I just added 2 of the Blaze Mire Verges. That way we still have black, but we can get red when we have Swamper Mountain. I think that probably would have been really beneficial in some of those games. I mean, I know at least 1 game in this video that we lost because we just could not find the black source that we needed for Beseech the Mirror to be able to cast Damnation. And that was sad, but this is what happens when you play a 4-color deck. You may argue that you can also like add Mana Confluence as a land, but you're already taking a lot of pain from this deck, with Treacherous Blessing, and we really don't have many ways except Oath of Kaya and the trigger off Doom Foretold to get life back. And you're also hurting yourself with Thoughtseize. I don't know. Mana Confluence could be good, but I also think it's a little risky, especially in such a fast-paced format that Historic is. Obviously, we don't do good against graveyard decks unless we have Grafdiggers, and as long as they're not playing Emperor of Bones. So you could argue that Grafdiggers may not even be worth it, especially if we only have one copy of Vaevictis. I mean, we did see in the first game that actually it was really beneficial to have that, but we also just need to deal with graveyard decks, and we don't want them to have anything. So Rest in Peace probably would be an option to like replace this card, or maybe just like 1/1. That way you at least have a way to completely remove the graveyard if needed, especially with those kinds of situations. Because I didn't never played against Emperor of Bones with that deck, so yeah, now I know Grafdiggers does not work against that. But all in all, I think it's a pretty solid deck. I think it's better than like the Mardu one that I had. Even though we have a lot less ways to like deal with creatures and like single target things, just because it does have a pretty nice ramp to it with Binding the Old Gods and obviously Fable the Mirror Breaker helping us at least get a little creature down to block or get a token so we can ramp up further. And also that discard is so useful. I use it almost every time. But yeah, let me know your thoughts about the deck. What would you change? What would you add? Any ideas of what we could do to make this better? I'm always game to figure out new ways to take on these decks because I really do enjoy this deck. And probably next video may go into my other 4-color Doom Foretold deck, but instead it's blue and not green, which allows us to get Estrids and such. And it's a pretty nice combination for card draw. But yeah, so that's the end of this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.